everybody, my name is Aiden Ray, and today we're going to be talking about 10 design concepts for Thomas Windmill that you have never knew about. So before we start, I'd like to credit Steam Smeargle and Thomas Merchandise for all the pictures that I found on Twitter. I will put a link to the Twitter pages in the description. So with that out of the way, let's talk about Thomas Windmill Railway. So you all know what Thomas Windmill Railway is, but what you don't know is that in 2010, Fisher-Price had hired some people that weren't a part of the company to create design concepts for Thomas Windmill Railway, including the designer Soul Train, whose designs we will be talking about today. So with that out of the way, let's begin with the countdown. Starting with number 1, we have the original design concept for the Talking Wind Railway Thomas. Now I love this design because when you push down on his funnel, which seems to be made of rubber, his eyes would move side to side, and I actually wish they did this in real life instead of what we have now. So yeah, I love this design. I give it a 8 out of 10. Now let's continue. Coming up at number 2, we have the track layer. Now this is my second favorite design concept for the list, but my favorite will be later. What you see on the right is a digital design for the track layer that would actually dispense 8-inch track pieces and would drop them in place. But then on the left, they actually made a prototype for this. Instead of distributing 8-inch pieces, they would distribute 4-inch pieces. I guess the wheels would click and dispense the track when it rolls. Anyway, I love this design. I rate it an 8 out of 10. Let's move on. Coming at number 3, we have Soda Online. Soda Online was a website that would have been plugged into your computer from a USB drive disguised as a crate. As you see in the picture, it would have had pictures of the One Railway yearbook, games, and episode clips. In the picture, it actually shows a pic of the website. If you would like to learn more, I will put a link to my friend Northrail's video. I am in the video anyways, so you know it will be good. So, like I said, link in the description. Let's move on. For number 4, we have the custom colored track. Now, not much is known about this one and how it would work, but basically, what you would get is 20 colors to choose from. Like I said, not much is really known about it, but they did make a few prototypes for them, as you can see in the picture. So, like I said, I like this one, and not much is known about it, so let's continue. At number 5, we have the oil derrick original concept. Now this one will be quick. So the oil derrick is a piece where you crank the lever and an oil splash would pop out. But instead of the oil splash popping out, it would fly out, instead of staying in one place. I think this would have been more cool and exciting than the final project, but this one's cool, so let's continue. For number 6, we have the original concept for the battery-operated Thomas N track. Now this is my favorite design concept because of how interesting it is. The final battery-operated Thomas moves when you hit a button on his cab and goes on original track, but the original concept would have been controlled by a remote and would have been able to go multiple speeds. And the original concept would have been powered by a different kind of track called Connect and Contract track. I know it's confusing. As you can see, it would have had an extra groove on the bottom and a metal strip on top, which probably powered it because you can see on the bottom of the engine there are 2 pieces of metal. This is the best one out of all of them in my opinion, so let's continue. For number 7, we have a different clock tower bridge and Toby's Windmill. So this one will also be quick. As you can see, the original Toby's Windmill had just a piece of track and bland flaps. But the concept prototype had a felt bottom with detail and shiny flaps. It's also the same thing with the clock tower bridge, and I think it's better than the final version. I think it's good, so let's continue. For number 8, we have the concept packaging for the Haunted Mine. Instead of being bright and blue, it would have a spooky and dark feeling on the packaging. And that's really interesting because it's a haunted mine. That's what it's supposed to have. So anyway, I think it's simple but interesting. So let's continue. For number 9, we have the custom early engineers track. The only thing about this is that there was going to be accessories for this table that you could put in circles, but we'll talk about that next. Finally, at number 10, we have the design concepts and accessories for the early engineers custom set and a prototype Thomas. So for this entry, we have a prototype Thomas. What's different is the lower chassis and the bigger wheels, and the face is different. So the next is a concept for a cranky, a water tower, and I don't know what that is, but it looks cool. And we also have a truck. So that's it, everybody. Wait, really? That's not it? Really? Okay. So my director says that while we were rummaging around, we found an extra. So back at number 6, you can see that there was a prototype oil derrick and cranky with the same felt as Toby's Windmill and the clock tower. Thank you all for watching. I'm glad that you were able to come to my TED Talk. I've been wanting to make this video for almost a month, but I've never been able to because of a lot of things that happened. So if y'all like this kind of video, subscribe for more, and I will see you guys later. Toodle beep!